frankly speaking, इतले ते रेपाबद्दल आम्ही ऐकतात, न्यूज पळयतात, पण दिस इज द फर्स्ट टाइम आय सॉ अ रेप विक्टिम अँड the look in her eyes was it's unmissable when to see another, as a woman, to see another woman in that kind of a state. So आम्ही पुलिसाक फोन केलो, मडगाव टाउन पुलिस स्टेशनाक फोन केलो. तांणी सांगलें शिगमोत्सव आसा, वी डू नॉट हॅव अ व्हेकल, तुमी हांगा येवपाक शकतात काय म्हणून.
आज एक पेपराचेर न्यूज चयल्लो, कॉप्स फायल सेक्शुअल अब्यूज केस, विक्टीम विड्रॉज क्लेम. हो न्यूज मडगांवां पुलीस स्टेशनाचेर काल आखो दीसभर हें जाल्लें. आज जेन्ना आमी वुमन एम्पावरमेंट, वुमन सेफ्टी आनी 30%, 50%, 60% वुमन रिजर्वेशन, वुमन MLA हे सगळें उलयता आनी सगळें बरें दिसता आसतना एक्चुअल बायलो गोंयांत सेफ आहा. प्रोसिजर जो आहा बायलांचे सेफ्टीचेर, जो सरकारागे जे पुलीस डिपार्टमेंट आहा, जे बायलांक प्रोटेक्ट करपाच्यो ज्यो एजन्सीज आहा, ते खरें करताय काय ओ करनाय. वी विल जस्ट गो थ्रू the entire scenario of this case, what happened. आज आमचे बरा एडवोकेट
जानकी शिंत्रे,
and I think she will speak.
16 तारखेक 16 मार्चाक रातचे 8:30 सुमार आमकां कॉमान हांगेलो फ्लॅट आसा 3rd फ्लोराचेर. तेन्ना थंय आमकां सकयल्यान रडपाचे आवाज येवपाक लागले, एक बायल मनीसाचे. आमी सकयल पळयलें जाल्यार आमकां दिसलें की आमचे जे ग्रावंड फ्लोराचेर एकटे रावतात तांचे कडेन एकटी बायल उलयताली आनी रडटाली, ती मुझे हेल्प करो भैया, मुझे हेल्प करो भैया अशें. सो बायल मनीस आशिल्ली, रडटाली म्हणटकीर आमी दोगांय, हांव आनी म्हजो घोव दोगांय एडवोकेट, आमी सकयल धांवलीं पळोवपाक कितें जालें काय म्हणून. सो ताका जेन्ना आमी मेळ्ळी तेन्ना हांवें विचारलें क्या हुआ, जाल्यार ते रडटाले, ते उलयताले की मैं गोवा की नहीं हूँ, इसीलिए मेरे साथ कुछ भी कर सकते हैं क्या, गरीब हूँ तो मुझे कुछ नहीं है, अशें करून शी वॉज जस्ट आस्किंग क्वेश्चन. सो आई आस्क्ड हर क्या हुआ, मुझे मारा, शी स्टार्टेड showing and she started crying. So the moment she said mara, so I realized that this is slightly serious and that I should call the police. And I do not have, I'm an advocate, but I do not really have experience in these kinds of criminal matters. And frankly speaking, इतले ते रेपाबद्दल आमी ऐकतात, न्यूज पळयतात, पण this is the first time I saw a rape victim. And the look in her eyes was it's unmissable when to see another, as a woman, to see another woman in that kind of a state. So आम्ही पुलिसाक फोन केलो, मडगाव टाउन पुलिस स्टेशनाक फोन केलो. तांणी सांगलें शिगमोत्सव आसा, वी डू नॉट हॅव अ व्हेकल, तुमी हांगा येवपाक शकतात काय म्हणून. We said okay, because we wanted to get ahead with this thing as soon as possible. We did not want any kind of a delay, कारण न्यूजान भितर all this is so much की delay जालो, हे करपाक delay जालो, there's a delay. We didn't want that, so we called the police as soon as possible. ताणी सांगलें आमकां थंय यो. We said okay fine. हांवें ताका आमची बायक्स आसा, आमचे बायक्सा म्हऱ्यान व्हेलें, didn't have a car at that time. आणि थंय व्हेलें आनी ते म्हाका तेन्ना आनी तें मातशें हें जावपाक लागलें, शी स्टार्टेड लुजींग हर बॅलन्स. ताणें म्हाका पकडलें, हांवें ताका पकडलें आनी शी हग्ड मी. आणि देन शी स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग की दीदी 3 भैया थे एंड वैसे क्या किया, मैंने क्या किया तुमको. So she couldn't verbalize it any further. She started showing me by touching her private parts, and she fell off. She fell unconscious in my arms, and I didn't know. I did not know whether she's been poisoned. Why did a woman, all of a sudden fall unconscious in my arms? And so I didn't know what to do. I really panicked. So my घोव आशिल्लो म्हजो थंय म्हजे नेबर आशिल्लो सेकंड फ्लोर वयलो he started calling everybody. 108 कॉल केलो, बायलांचो एकवटाक कॉल केलो, पुलिसाक फोन केलो, एडवोकेटाक एक फोन केलो की बाबा रे अशें सिच्युएशन जाला, मडगांव टाउन पुलीस स्टेशन इज नॉट कमिंग हियर, कॅन यू प्लीज सेंड समबडी विथ अ कार. सो फायनली and in the meantime हांव ताजेर उदक घालें. I kind of revived her, gave her some water to drink. She was tugging at my t-shirt. So तितले म्हणसर आयली 108 आयली, ताका आमी मातशें उबारलें. पुलीस आयले 2 जाणां. I do not remember their names right now. It was too much for me at that point. बायलांचो एक कोर्टाचे हे आयली, कोऑर्डिनेटर आयली, and we put her into the ambulance. एम्ब्युलन्सान भितर फक्त हांव आशिल्लें, the victim आशिल्लें, आनीक the lady doctor आशिल्ली. So the lady doctor, तें म्हाका सोडत नाशिल्लें, she was like holding on to me, like, so I sat next to her and she was crying, and the lady doctor took her blood sample and took her pressure, and at that time she was asking her कि कहाँ से आई हो, क्या हुआ. And at that time I said तुमको बोलना पड़ेगा, बोलो, जवाब दो. So ते सांगता आसतना ते रडपाक लागलें की she started giving details of what has happened, कि पीने को कुछ जूस दे दिया, काला जूस दे दिया, कितें म्हणटा तें, मागीर मुझको मारा, मुझे यहाँ पे काटा, और मुझे अशनपाल्यानी रडपा. She just couldn't verbalize the term, and she said this. She was showing, she was speaking. There was a lot of non-verbal communication happening at that point of time. That was her mental state. She couldn't verbalize it. So tajanantar, she even said two of them used a condom. One of them did not use a condom. There were so many details there. So after that we reached the South Goa district hospital. We went to the casualty ward on the ground floor. She fainted once again in front of the lady doctor sitting there. We put her on एका बेडाचेर ताका न्हिदपाक दिलें, घालें तांणी, पूण no doctors came to attend to her. She wasn't even given water to drink. आनी ताका तशेंच मागीर ताणें कितें तरी नांव बी तागेलें बरोवन घेतलें आनी आमकां वयर धाडलें गायनेकोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंटान. At this point of time, I was asked to move out of the ward and let the NGO take care of it. But somehow the girl had latched on to me. There was some, I don't know, she had lost full faith. So when she was tugging at me. So ताज्या नंतर आमी भायर आयलीं. हांव भायर आयलें थोडे वेळ. I was talking to people, advocates. I was asking for help. No help was coming. And then we went to the upper floor in the gynecology department. There was no doctor there who attended to the victim. Police arrived. Fatoda police station. Then Prabhudesai म्हणून police officer came. He started, कितें खंय जालें, खंयच्यान आयलें तूं, केन्ना आयलें तूं. She started asking all these questions. She was telling. ताजे नंतर थोड्या वेळान परब आयलें from Margao town police station. She also started asking. Anushka Parab. There were also other male police. So they were asking and she was telling, आज मैं सुबह ही आज है या कल है. I mean, and then the line of questioning, which even I was like, I wasn't intoxicated. I was just fine. And I'm an advocate, so I know the law. But the line of questioning by the police and was so confusing. Ki ye hua ya ye hua, ye nahi hua. I mean, when she's saying something, they were twisting it, and they were asking her something else. So she was looking at me कि पानी चाहिए. So I asked for some water and gave it to her from time to time. I called up the advocates again, saying that they are not taking down the FIR, they are not doing any medical examination. I was told wait. So I waited because this is my first time. I did not know what is the reality on ground, how bad it is. So Thanchan Magir, we were brought back. I started asking, medical कित्याक करना. Police said तांकां विचार, meaning the reception आमच्या फाटल्यान बशिल्ली ती. They said आमकां memo जाय पडटा पुलिसा कडल्यान. Until we get a memo, we cannot go ahead with this. So I came back to the police. I said, why isn't there a memo? So they said आमी मागीर police stationार वचचें पडटलें. So and they were also asking, ते न्ही सारकें सांगना, आमकां कळपाक जाय, ताका पकडपाक जाय. खंय थंय तें आयिल्लें, ताका खंयच्यान तांणी व्हेलें, कशें व्हेलें, आमकां तें कळपाक जाय न्ही. So they took all of us down and we sat in a police van. She was sitting on the middle seat of, I think it was a Scorpio or something, middle seat. I was sitting next to her. Aura Veigas on the other side, and Parab was sitting next to me. Mukhawela and the Prabhudesai bashile. And the van went on the, from district hospital and Bhaira. She's saying कि मुझे यहाँ का कुछ नहीं पता. And they are still asking her, कहाँ पे ये किया था, कहाँ पे KTC या ये bus stand या वो bus stand. She's not able to tell. So then they were like, KTC bus stand. She's like, KTC bus stand. So words were being put in her mouth. What she was saying, they were not ready to take it at all. The important parts were not being, covered. Procedure was not being followed. In the sense that I at least know that you need to be a little sensitive towards, the victim. That sensitivity was not shown at all. In fact, she was treated like the culprit. Like Tane's wrong kela. That was the treatment meted out to her. So I was confused. She was confused. And with the situation, I'm like, okay, I'm a, somebody who studied law for quite long, and ki baba on ground situation ki the first time, what is the status of our democracy was the first time maka experience. So I was in complete shock. So आमका KTC कडेन व्हेलें, मुखार व्हेलें, फाटल्यान व्हेलें, यहाँ पे she's confused, she's looking at me. I'm telling her, just बोलो, उनको बोलो, जो है वो बोलो. So I didn't know what to say. I'm like, you need to do this. Then she said that KTC च्या सारख्या opposite थंय H26 म्हणून एक गाडो आसा, थंय वडापाव आपणे खालो. So it is that first जेन्ना KTCतल्यान जेन्ना बसी भायर येतात पळय त्यो. She said that बस अंदर नहीं गई थी. It was a Vasco, it's some kind of a from her village to Vasco bus. It was that. So we took a turn. We waited there. यहाँ पे अशें करून ताका she is and I am confused. I am waiting for the NGO lady to speak up, but she is there. So I'm like, okay, I have that faith that she will do the right thing. So senior lady in this, been doing this for 32 years, and I was reminded of that fact several times throughout the night. I'm doing this for 32 years. So yes, and this is my first time, so I know nothing about it. They know everything about it. I asked Parab, how long have you been into this? She said 1 year. The other girl, Prabhudesai from Patolda, also looked pretty young. As far as I know, in these kinds of crimes, which are very sensitive, you're supposed to send a senior officer, not a junior like this, who cannot handle it. And they were clearly mishandling it. So then Ami Oshin Gunan lasta. In the van, this is very important. In the van, her hands were caught by Prabhudesai saying, "Itaja hadar te martle." So I'm like, I just didn't understand the whole drama. Karan ya माझ्या मुखार तीनदा फेंट जाल्ली बायल भुरगें 24 वर्साचें. Such a not like कशें व्हडलें धिप्पाड की हाका मारतलें, nothing, नाजूक चली. When she collapsed in my arms, I could hold her. So हांव म्हणटा तें कितें मारतलें, आनी Parab is saying की हाजी तकली मुगो जाग्यार ना, कळ्ळें, हाका IPH बीन धाडपाचें. I am looking at her. I mean, how can you make statements like that? And she said, the victim said, म्हाका कोंकणी कळटा. Yet they went on verbally abusing her, harassing her. I'm looking at Aura Veigas. She's also like whatever. This whole drama. This is शिगमोत्सव time, no? हो सगळो शिगमो, शिगम्याची नाटकां चालू आशिल्लीं भितर in the van. आनी लास्टाक हांवें म्हळें बाबा म्हाका तें खंय मेळ्ळें न्ही थंय दाखयता. Let's go to Comba. So I showed my area. बाबा म्हाका तें हांगा मेळ्ळें. And she was talking to my ground floor neighbors, but tanka had. We went and I went and woke them up. By that, I think 11:30, 12 bira zalli. I think so. Tanka hadle. They spoke to them or something, and they put victimak bhayar येवपाक दिले ना ताणी आणि बरें म्हणून आणि म्हाका थंय दवरलें, meaning like I was dropped home, and they took the victim back. The victim turned in the van and kept looking at me somewhere, that she trusted me in this. She did not trust anybody. And I came up, how shockan. I don't know how much to get involved in this, and अशें जातात न्ही म्हळ्यार कोणाक त्रासान पडपाचें आसता. None of us want to do it. I don't want to do this also. I have to do it because हांव कोमान रावता. कोंबा इज द हार्ट ऑफ मडगांव. थंय समज भायर सरतकीर रेप विक्टीम भोंवपा लागले, रडपा लागले. फाल्यां वी डोंट नो, देर मे बी शुटिंग्स हॅपनिंग. वी डोंट नो हाव बॅड द सिच्युएशन इज. अ फ्यू इयर्स अगो देर वॉज कोण बुचकावून कोणा मारिल्लो. सो बाबा परिस्थिती कितली वायट आसा. इफ यू आर फायंडिंग क्रायिंग विमन हू आर सेयिंग दॅट दे बीन सेक्शुअली असॉल्टेड. So finally, I came up to my flat, and my husband, I told him ki baba re, something is not right. Something is terribly wrong. I mean, something is. I told him this has happened. They did this to her. They did this to her. So he's like, okay, let's go back to the police station. Let's go back. Let's ask them. So within a few minutes, maybe like half an hour, because I wanted to kind of, well, I was totally shaking by that time. So we came back to the police station, and ताका भितर घालून कितें तरी ते करताली. Aura Veigas, the victim, Parab, and that other woman with Aura Veigas. They were talking. So we sat out for a while. Like, we want to talk. I was the one who complained. I want to see where she is. What is happening right now? Is the FIR registered? No. आणि बाकीच्या भायल्याय बी पुलीस म्हाका खबर ना कोण आयला काय, कोणाक काय खबरूच नासता कळ्ळें. आय सेड परब, कोण खबर ना परब, म्हाका कोणाक तांकां नांवां एकमेकाची खबर नासतात. These are speciality of police stations right now. You ask them the name, they will not tell you the name. So then we finally the door opened, and I saw her and I went in, and that's when this is at around 1:45 12:45 a.m. हांवें म्हाका कितें पिशेपणां चल्लें काय म्हणून. How long does it take for you to bloody take down a FIR? I am not confused. She is not confused. Why are you so confused about her statement? What is so confusing when the victim, she's been, she's saying 3 people raped her. What are you expecting out of a woman who was intoxicated, slapped, and raped by 3 men? We usually blame men. I want to put it on record. These are women doing this. Insensitive to the core. I asked them, हे समज मिनिस्टराचे भुरगे आशिल्ले तुमी हे करतली आशिल्ली काय म्हणून. I asked them this question. करतले आशिल्ले तुमी? Would this be the same kind of attitude? आणि कोणाले भुरगे आसा म्हणटे जाय ते करा. I'm into animal rescue, okay? कुत्री माजराक सुद्धा आमी अशी हे करनात, ट्रीट करनात. So this was so shocking for me. I said, this is the state of democracy. This is what it is. Where is the constitution, Where's the procedure? Everything that I have learned so far came down crashing in front of me there. It's just lies. These books mean nothing. What are the fundamental rights? Nothing. What are the SOPs, laid down for rape? Yeah, kide kai na. So then Parab went out of the room. And Aura Veigas said that I've been doing this for 32 years and you are, casting these things on me. This is not fair. I said, madam, this is not about you and this is not about me. This is not about an ego battle here. This is about her. This is about the victim. Let us कितें चलना तें आय एम टेलिंग यू लोकांक हांगा न्ही कितें चलना तेंच खबर ना. आपली खुर्ची आपले ते NGOs आनी ती स्टेटमेंटां जी येतात पळय दॅट इज ऑल दे वॉन्ट. बरे हाका बरे बरे कपडे घालप बरे बरे हें करप स्पीचीस मारप दॅट इज ऑल एवरीबडी वॉन्ट्स. आर यू रियली डुईंग द जॉब? Now I don't know what is the backlash of this statement I'm making. Now, after what I have noticed, I am not feeling safe in Margao anymore. हांवें सांगिल्लें सराक हें आनी करतकीर म्हाका म्हणसान आमी बायकार यो वच करता. वी आर नॉट रिच पीपल. ओके एक हाणें गाडयेन म्हाका धक्को मारून उडयल्यार यू नो आय डोंट नो आय कॅनॉट ट्रस्ट. आय मीन पुलीस अशें करता NGO अशें करता. ओके जाल्यार आनी कितें उरलें? देर वॉज नो SP देर इज नो सिनियर ऑफिसर्स देर. फायनली परत गाडी हाडली ताणी आनी विक्टिमाक काडलें आनी आवडा सेड दॅट आय एम नॉट कमिंग. इफ यू डोंट ट्रस्ट मी आय एम नॉट कमिंग. अँड द पुलीस स्टार्टेड टेकिंग द गर्ल इन द विक्टिम टू द व्हॅन. सो आय सेड आय एम कमिंग. आय एम नॉट लिव्हिंग अ रूम. आय एम कमिंग. आय वॉन्ट टू सी वॉट यू आर डुईंग. ना आमी मेडिकल एक्झामिनेशन करुया. So when I had, by the way, like when I had entered the room and I had asked why FIR is not being done, Parab shouted at me saying, "तेच करताली तुम्ही आयले आणि you are obstructing." आणि इतलो वेळ लागलो करपाक. So there were these things, you know, that she was attacking me for doing the right thing and questioning her why she is not doing the right thing. So परत व्हॅनान भितर आमकां व्हरून बसयलें and आमी डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटलान. दिस इज आफ्टर अराउंड 1:15 AM. So 17th March जाली ऑलरेडी. आनी वी वेंट बॅक टू साऊथ गोवा डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल. गाडी भितर सन्नासतना परत युटर्न मारली. परत आमी मडगांव टाउन पुलीस स्टेशना कडेन आयली. परत म्हळ्यार गाडयेन भितर बसली. परत आमी म्हळ्यार लूक एट द वे थिंग्स आर. आमकां फक्त थंयच्यान हांगा नाटक थंयच्यान हांगा हाडलें हांगच्यान थंय व्हेलें. थ्रू आउट दीस होल थिंग whenever I tried to shoot, record, I was not allowed to. Okay? And this is not my first time. So, you know, maybe next time I should go with secret cameras. I don't know. So, we went to the hospital. We were taken to the gynecological department. We were waiting outside. No doctor came. After half an hour, I asked Parab. I said, where is the doctor? She told me, doctor has refused to do medical examination until FIR is registered. So I said, let me write a complaint and give. Ata, written complaint. Please go ahead on that. Bare. So I wrote, she made some changes in it. I wrote down the complaint and gave it to her, I mean, to check kind of. Hey, madam, yes, Arkasani. She took it and went. I said, copy, no copy, not even my mobile phone. आणि थोड्या वेळान तिमी पाले बरें उठ 3:30 जाली तितले म्हणसर उठ तें न्ही दिल्लें. सो आमी ताका उठयलें. आमी परत सकयल गेली. परत व्हॅनान बसली. मडगांव टाउन पुलीस स्टेशनाचेर परत आयली. 3:30 4:45 तितले म्हणसर तितले म्हळ्यार इन द गायनेकोलॉजिकल हें थंय जेन्ना आशिल्लें भायर डिपार्टमेंटाच्या भायर तेन्ना ते म्हाका म्हणपाक दीदी आप क्यों इतना ये कर रहे हो मेरे लिए, मुझे नहीं चाहिए, मुझे घर जाना है, मुझे नहीं चाहिए ये सब कुछ. आणि शी ऑल्सो टोल्ड मी दैट परब खड़ूस है एक नंबर की, मुझे नहीं जाना है. सो आई एम टेलिंग हर दिस इज नॉट अबाउट यू. ये तुम्हारा नहीं है, बाकी के लड़कियों के साथ भी ये हो रहा है. हमको ये जो कर रहे हैं ना उनको अभी ये नहीं, मेरे साथ भी हुआ है ये. मैं अभी आई कैन नॉट टॉलरेट दिस एनी मोर, यू नो. ये दिस हैव टू स्टॉप. सो वेल शी फेल asleep. She had almost given up. She was like, you know, she was trying to by this time calm me down कि you know छोड़ो ना दीदी, मुझे घर जाना है, मुझे घर छोड़ दो. So I was like, रात के कैसे जाओगी? Just wait, we'll just do the process tomorrow and you know. So finally at around 3:30 we reached at the police station. There was another confrontation with the police over there. I said, okay, why are you not taking FIR? ना मॅडम ते मडगांव ज्युरिस्डिक्शनान पडटा की ते KTCचेर आयिल्ले म्हणटे फातोर्डा ज्युरिस्डिक्शन. Like why don't you take down a 0 FIR? ना मॅडम तुमकां कळना. सो देर वॉज अनदर बाचाबाच तातूंत भितर तें आनी जाम. सो आय वॉज ऑल्सो थिंकिंग की बाबा आय वॉन्ट टू यू नो रियली टेक केअर ऑफ हर. So I said, okay, let her sleep for a while. So they made us go to the 3rd floor in Margao police station to sleep in ladies' barracks. So I went inside also. I made sure she's sleeping. Okay, she's safe, in a safe place. And I came home. This was around 5 a.m. And I couldn't sleep. I sent messages to several of my friends, something people who are working in the government. I was like, I sent them messages, please, if you know somebody senior, please, let's do something. Next day morning, one of my friends suggested, why don't you talk to Ranjita Pai, who is also our, neighbor there. I've known her since childhood. And she's a chairperson of Women's Commission in Goa. See, I mean, I had a completely, you forget about these things in that kind of a situation. I said, yes, good thing. So I called her at around 9 a.m. in the morning. And I told her this has happened. She was like, oh my God, okay, I'm sending you a number, please talk to him. So I said, okay. And she said, okay, I will also let CM know about this. I'm meeting him today. I'll let him know about it. I said, please do something, please help me. So I called up that Arun Pandey, the number dilo. I spoke to him on the phone. I told him the whole thing again, like at 8:30 p.m. on 16th March, this happened. So he's like, okay, I will, send you some press numbers. Please put this out in the press that, you need to put pressure on the police to register FIR. I said, I'm going to the police station right now. I want to check whether FIR is still registered or not. I was also told last night that SP will come tomorrow morning and then, the process will follow. So I wanted to make sure about that. So this happened. I came to the police station around 9:15 a.m. or something like that, and I asked them, and FIR was still not registered. Medical was still not done. The girl, I didn't know whether the girl is there in the police station or they have, naats karpak shakta nahi. Like I don't have any evidence to prove that, So then we realized she's still in the police station. So that's when I said, that's it. Now, I took out my phone and, I pointed at her, the Parab and everybody, and I said, see, they are not still registering the FIR and we are still here. By that time, I was calling, advocates, press, ki come here, people from, political parties, ki we need somebody to put pressure on them. Like, what do you think? We don't have any standing over there. So, no, but nobody came, and then again the car was made ready. Okay, and I said, where are you taking her now? Again, Parab said that you are obstructing the process. I said, now you're saying I'm obstructing. What have you been doing all this time? So then we sat down in the car. They said, now we are going to Veigas' office. And we will take down her statement. I said, if it was supposed to be done in front of Veigas and she was there last night, then why didn't she do it last night? I mean, I just don't know. I mean, so we went to Veigas' place. We sat there, and by that time, the girl, the victim, was in police custody that night. That morning, she was like, मुझे नहीं करना है. मुझे नहीं चाहिए, मुझे कंप्लेन नहीं करना है किसी के ऊपर, मुझे घर जाना है, मुझे मेरी माँ को मत बताओ. She was saying that, and Avda is telling her, अरे अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता, सभी को पता चल गया. The moment she said सभी, अभी वो तो ऊपर तक चला गया, सभी को पता चला. When she said this, सभी को पता चला, she really panicked even more. So now when I think back, I'm like, all the statements being made by all these, it makes sense. I mean, what to speak in front of a rape victim and what not to speak. And these are people 32 years into this, and she doesn't know. She doesn't know what to say to her. So we went back to Veigas, where the victim was already refusing to give her statement by 11 a.m. in the morning. And Avda was like, okay, we need to take her for medical examination, and then we will try to, take her to the magistrate. I told her, if FIR was registered yesterday, then by now you should have been in front of the magistrate. So there was again another Veigas. She was getting a lot of calls from people. I don't know who she, what was happening. And I was asked to get up. In the middle, she asked us to come aside, me and my husband, through Lupalem. The victim was there. I stepped besides Mache Fatlangusun, and she told me, should I say the name? I don't know how much trouble I'm getting into. So she told me Raju Naikak phone marta mache. I said, who Raju Naik? Oh, come on, you don't know him. So I was like, I couldn't, I know certain Rajus. I just couldn't put it together in that point. Why this Raju Naik is so important at this point. So she said, editor go. I said, okay, Raju Naik editor. So it clicked me, maybe that Raju Naik, the editor, is very interested in following this up in a very deeper manner and, taking this up. So like, yes, I know him. Taka matso phone mar. So I was like, okay. So the victim was there. I made sure my husband was there, just listening to what was happening there because they were taking down the statement. I stepped out of Aura's office and I called my father, asked him to give me Raju's phone number because Aura said I don't have it. So I took it from my father and I called him up and I introduced myself. And before even I could say anything, he started off, Ago, that's only asapa, that's Samke, she's not a victim, she's the culprit. She was a caretaker taking care of my old parents and she tried to, strangulate my mother. She's very dangerous, huh? She's very dangerous. I was like, okay. So, I came back, sat there. Statement was being taken. I looked at Aura. Aura is like, now you know why. So I'm like, I don't know, meaning like that she's a dangerous person, kind of a thing. But I'm getting calls from my family. Nobody wants me to do this. So, in the statement that was taken in front of me, copy of which probably you will never find, the victim did say whatever happened to her. Everything. Muji signature tani gyuna. When I asked for a copy, was not given to me. I tried to record it, audio. Aura stopped me. This is at around 11:30 a.m. in the morning. By that time, I also received a message from. By that time, I. Can you okay? By that time. Right now, I don't know what happened.
Complaint दिली.
हांवें written complaint दिली.
पण आता स्टेटस
दिगंबर कामत बी तुमकां मेळ्ळो आता आमदार तो तेंचेकडे बी तुम्ही कितें उलयला ह्या बद्दल बी विशयाबद्दल
Not a single word.
पण मॅडम आता स्टेटस कितें ते मेडिकल एक्झामिनेशन जाला.
In front of me, it had not happened. The last time I saw the girl was in Aura Veigas' office on the next day, that is 17th of March.
पण तेजे
11:30 म्हणसर.
अशें जेन्ना मॅडम अशें जाता पळय अशें कितें जालें की पयलीं तेजें मेडिकल एक्झामिनेशन जाता न्ही
तेच म्हणटा न्ही.
ते कित्याक केलें
इतलें सर्कल कित्याक केलो पळय पुलिसांनी घडयले तुमकां बी आनी
आता तुम्ही स्वतःकूच प्रश्न विचारपाचे जाल्यार आय वॉन्ट द गोवन पब्लिक टू आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन.
सो आता म्हाका सांगा आफ्टर 17 तुम्ही मॉर्निंग ताका मेळ्ळें म्हणटा आवडा तेच्या नंतर परत तुम्ही केन्ना मेळ्ळा ताका
ना सांगता हांव. ताजे नंतर ताका मेडिकलाक धाडटा म्हणपाक लागली. ओके आनी आय सेड आनी आवडा टोल्ड मी यू गो विथ हर आनी आय वॉन्टेड टू गो विथ हर अँड पूण हांव तेन्नाच मदीं ताका काडलें व्हॅनान घालें आनी व्हेलें घेवन गेली. बाय दॅट टायम आय एम लायक आतां करपाचें कितें कोणाक फोन मारूं. आय वॉज टॉकिंग टू अ एडवोकेट फ्रेंड तूं बाबा रीट घालया. ही इज सेइंग यू नीड द विक्टीम टू गिव्ह the statement. You need her. Without that, writ will not stand. There are certain procedures that court has to follow. We need proper evidence. So I am in between. I cannot get her. I wished when I found her, I had taken her, evidence there itself. Next time, this mistake will not happen from me. If I meet a woman who is in distress, I will never call the police first. I will first take down all of her evidence. And then I will go to the police. Because only then can you put some kind of a pressure because you have evidence. Otherwise, they will not do anything. So after that, she was taken away. I don't know where she was taken. I came back home, had my lunch, spoke to more people asking for more help. Finally, I messaged Ranjita saying that I'm disappointed by 4 p.m. And Ranjita told me that, she had asked me to get out of that place. By around, I have a messages with Ranjita Pai there. I'm sorry, Ranjita, I have to expose this because this has to stop somewhere. Somebody has to be put to task here. People are eating government money, not government money, sorry. People are eating tax money, hard-earned money by the people, sitting on these positions, doing nothing, not making sure our women are safe. Our women means our women, doesn't mean Baba GSB, non-GSB, right? Doesn't matter. I don't know who are the people around, but I'm from the same community, by the way. Okay, Ranjita is from the same community. Raju Naik probably is also from the same community. And I'm shocked with what these people are doing from my community, very prominent community in Goa, Gaud Saraswat Brahmins.
आफ्टर दॅट इन्सिडेंट मध्ये सतत तुम्ही मिळून होते का परत?
She called me. She called me at around, I will have the call records, 2:30. Victim called me.
Yeah, what she said?
She said कि दीदी मुझको घर जाना है, मुझको नहीं करना है. I said मेडिकल हो गया क्या, डॉक्टर आए थे क्या? नहीं दीदी. She said. सर कहाँ पे हो? पुलिस स्टेशन पे. Then at 4 p.m. she called me again. I picked up the phone. At that time I was with Prudent Media, giving a bite which I hoped had come out yesterday, which did not. Again disappointed. And in between the bite, you know, the call came. This evidence is there with Sagun. Sorry Sagun, I have to name you also. You should do your jobs. So then she called and she said, Didi, I said, सॉरी दीदी, मुझको बोलना था कि मैंने कुछ पिया था और मैंने झूठ बोला.
victim turn झालाय statement आपल्या.
So she said, what do you tell me?
No, with pressure it can be, but she turned.
It can be.
With pressure.
Okay. Victim was from Karnataka, Dharwad, small village, could not understand English, doesn't understand, I don't think she was very well educated, came from a poor family. Okay, so somebody who's been intoxicated, slapped by the culprits, accused, the criminals, whoever, and raped twice. And then the rest of it she sees that the police are not cooperative, NGO is not cooperative, एकटे हाव थंय हें करता आनी म्हजें काय थंय, you know, nothing is holding up. What do you think the victim will do? Please ask psychologists to ask for the profile of a woman who has been raped by 3 men. Please ask. No, all are men here. There's no other woman in this room. I must say this. I must say this to the women of Goa, that supporting wrong men is not going to get us anywhere. Tomorrow your daughter, sister, somebody, a woman, is going to be mistreated by somebody else somewhere else because this is karma.